got some basic alien movement and sensing the left and right hand side of the screen, but what we want to do is when the alien gets to the right hand side of the screen, we want it to move down. So in order to do that, we need to use another variable, which I've already created. In fact, two variables. One's a game variable, which I've called move down and increase, and that kind of kicks off a whole sequence. We're going to use that to test and kick off a whole series of instructions. And another one is a variable that's local only to the actor itself that I've called slid and increased, and that will test whether the actor itself has undertaken the actions that we want. So we'll use that to control those things. We're going to need a couple of if statements. I've got these statements down here that I'll explain about in a minute. We're going to drag on a couple of if statements, and the first thing we're going to ask is if the slide down and increase value is true. If it is, then we're going to do a series of instructions that are nested in here, but only if the value of this other attribute we created, slid increased, is not true. So again, I'm going to ask that in that particular way. So basically, here's our sequence of instructions. So this is going to be testing. This is going to be starting off the whole series of instructions, and then this is only going to happen provided that the actor hasn't undertaken the actions that we want already. So what are the actions? Well, we want to move the position of the actor downwards. So we're going to set the Y position of the actor to wherever it was before, plus a little bit more. So I'm just going to drag that on the screen. Go to my numbers and text. Drag those together. So I'm increasing the Y position by 10. So these instructions starting to take shape. I'm also going to just set the value of that to be true at this point, and then set it false again thereafter. So it's very quickly controlling just that action. We only want it to happen once, so that's really what that variable is doing. It's just controlling that, making sure that it only goes down 10, not any more than that. Okay. And then of course, once the thing has slidden down, has gone down, we want to turn off the sequence as a whole. So we'll also set that to false as well. Pop that in to our program. Now we want these sets of instructions to occur when it has gone to one end of the screen or the other, and those are the instructions that control or that sense when the alien has gone to one end of the screen or another. So that's where these come in, because these instructions will turn on or allow that sequence to happen when it's detected that it's been at the edge of the screen either side. So our whole program starts to look like this, and now we will just quickly test. Just prior to sending off that test, I just noticed a couple of small errors in here. One was, if you've been following the tutorial before, this was set to the wrong value. It should be false, not true, of course, because we need to send it in the opposite direction. And I think that was it. Oh yes, it was better to have these the other way around, I think, than the way I've shown you. So if we test the game, we should see the behaviour. So our character moves to the right, comes down once it senses the edge of the screen, starts to move to the left. It's a little bit slow and jerky because of the screen capture software that I'm using at the moment, but you won't be seeing it quite the same way. And again, on the left hand side. So quite successful.